Well, the exponential curve as to the progress is blowing my mind. Because like 3 years ago, I remember coding with it for a little bit and having to like beat it into submission. Excuse me, and just be like, no, that's wrong, that's wrong, and it's so frustrating working with it. And then the freaking context window gets too big, and you have to start all over again, and then you're trying to get it to catch up with you. But now, I mean, I'm telling you, like even Codex, like it's one-shotting things that I'm telling it to do these days.
Yeah.
It's
No,
crazy.
it's. I mean, I've had more exposure to the cloud, cloud comp, code models, and you're right, from 3.5 to 4 to 4.5 to 4.6. It's giant steps towards getting better about it and handling larger and larger and more complexity, larger and larger projects and more complexity in those projects. You're right. We still have, as you approach the context window, it gets dumber and dumber and makes more and more errors. And you can enlarge that at significant cost.
Yeah, yeah,
And a big challenge today is, from task to task, right? Like, how do you best break up the thing you want to do? You got to become a project manager, basically, right? Take up the big task, chunk it into things, and have it try to keep its state over time. That's the biggest challenge that I see right now, is doing large, complex projects that aren't just a quick, one item, one window's worth, but how do you chunk it up so that you can actually complete it? And again, when I'm talking about front end stuff, I don't know what the hell I'm doing for front end development. So I can't go in and go fix it, really. I could if I stared at it long enough. But that's the beauty of some of these tools today, is I don't have to go worry about that. I don't have time to go learn front end development. Never have wanted to, never been one of my affinities.
and that's what I do.
Yeah,
I'm
so
the
there you go.
front end guy.
Perfect.
Yeah, like I just don't. Right now, it seems like we're kind of eliminating your regular dev employee. Excuse me. Right now, we're that kind of like DevOps kind of guy and things like that are going to be they're kind of probably lose their jobs a little bit to AI unless they're really into AI, and then they it just enhances them. But it seems like now the roles of director, implementer, project manager, those are the important ones now to be able to interface with the AI better.
Yeah, I think there's truth in that. I think the junior dev engineer, I see the role evolving into a couple of different things. I think it's still always, in all things, I believe in the fundamentals, right? I think you've got to know, what was the old ad? There was an old adage of like, the one who knows how will always have a job. The one who knows why will always be their boss. And so if you look at that with AI being the how person, right, who has a job, right? I've got an agent that's going to go do the work, but I know why the thing I'm having it do work, why it works. I think is where it's really important, right? It's important to have those foundational, all that scaffolding in place. So that even, then you get better at prompt engineering. You get better at telling the model what you want it to do, and then you can become, you can do more with less, right? And it's the corporate buzz thing. Do more with less. We just laid off half the people. You get to do more now.
Yeah.
Not what we're talking about. Um, but I think the junior dev goes that way, right? When I think about it in a different way. One of my hobbies on the side is live technical production, right? Live shows. And, I started doing audio engineering. I started doing video engineering, started doing lighting engineering, and I've done all of these roles as running wire and setting up projectors and running playback systems and things like that. And now that I do more technical direction and more producer type roles, I now have the language to be able to tell those roles, and I can communicate with the technical staff and the tech team in what I'm looking for. They can go, well, what do you think about this? I'm go, I like that idea. And yeah, we could put the thing on this and whatever. Having that language means that I can communicate. I can do more. I'm still I'm still a director and still a producer. I can do more, and they can trust me more. I'm not worried about AI trusting me. Spinning this back into the technology side of it is having the language to tell the model what to do. And when it asks me a question, clarification, you want to do it this way or that way, knowing what it's actually asking me, then I
Right.
can tell it more and prompt it and go deliver on the thing.
You bring up such a good point because it's like I used to be, the whole adage of like he's a jack of all trades and master of none was like really kind of frowned upon.
Hmm.
But being that kind of a generalist is actually a huge benefit these days.